What's up, awesome YouTubers? Ryan1988 or Justin back here to do a video for you all. I hope you're all doing well out there, and today I'm here to do a brand new movie update for you. It's been almost 2 months since my last one, and this is, as I know of everything that I've picked up within the last couple of months, a nice little stack of movies. I don't buy as much like I used to, but I still buy some great stuff, and so I'm going to show you everything that I picked up. Some great boutique titles, some 4Ks, Blu-rays, horror movie, Blu-rays and 4Ks, some steelbooks. So great stuff here. I hope you're all doing well out there. I hope you're having a great June, a great summer, a great Pride Month. I'm definitely having a great Pride Month, great summer, and great June. Everything's been awesome. But anyway, again, sending all my love to you all. And if you're celebrating Pride Month, whether you're a member of the LGBTQ plus community, part of the community, or if you are a ally, a supporter, I appreciate you all. Again, been 11 years out and proud now, and I'm super blessed for Pride Month. I'm super blessed for my life, just in general, and yeah. So anyway, once again, happy Pride Month to you all. So anyway, let's get started with my movie update. And the first five I picked up right after my last update. These first two were upgrades for my Blu-rays. $15 a piece, or a little bit under $15 at the time. The first one being Megan, which I'm a big fan of the first movie. Absolutely love it. And I'm looking forward to seeing Megan 2.0. Love the first teaser trailer, and I love the first trailer, and then the final trailer came out, and I wasn't as crazy about it. I feel like it went a little bit over the top. But that being said, love the character of Megan. I love the first movie, and I'm looking forward to seeing the film, and hopefully it's a good movie. So I'll definitely be watching it in theaters for sure. But Megan, absolutely loved the first one and wanted to upgrade that. And again, another movie I loved in theaters, and that was Knock at the Cabin. One of my personal favorite M. Night movies. He's hit and miss for me, but I love a lot of his earlier stuff. And then, again, hit and miss with a lot of his later films. But this was a great movie in my opinion, and I'm looking forward to rewatching that one on 4K. And then the last three of the first five movies I'm talking about are part of a series. I know we're getting a fourth movie, but I picked up Terrifier, Terrifier 2, and Terrifier 3. I had Terrifier 1 and 2 at one point, and I wasn't the biggest fan of them. Still today, I find the brutality a little bit hard to watch. But rewatching the movies, I definitely love them more. And I really love them for their Halloween atmosphere. So, like, the first two movies have a perfect Halloween atmosphere. And I gotta say, rewatching the first two movies, I love them now. Again, the brutality is a little bit too much for me at times. I feel like, especially in the second movie, they just drag on some of the scenes just to be brutal. I don't know. That's just my opinion. However, again, I'm really sold on the Halloween atmosphere of both these movies, and I love that. The first one is my favorite of the three. I just think that's a great slasher movie in general. It's not too over the top. It is brutal at times, for sure. But out of the movies, this is the one I'd probably go to the most. But Terrifier 2, again, has grown on me. The first time I saw it, I didn't really care for it. I still think the movie's a little bit too long. They could have cut down some of it, but I think Sierra, if hopefully I'm saying the main character's name right, I think she's a great final girl, and yeah, just thought she was great. And then I watched the third one, Terrifier 3, and I'm not too crazy about this one. Again, maybe upon rewatch, I'll appreciate it more. I just feel like I thought the first two were pretty brutal. I feel like this movie pushed the envelope sometimes just to push the envelope. And so I'm not too crazy about 3. I think 3 is definitely my least favorite. It's my least favorite of them. Um, I think Art the Clown is a pretty cool character, in general. And I love the fact that the director has such a huge passion for the horror movie genre. This movie just wasn't for me. And I'd watch it with the franchise. I don't think I'd watch this alone. The plus side, though, is the Christmas atmosphere is great. It has a great Christmas atmosphere. And it's directed really well. Like, the movies are directed really well. And I feel like this is probably the best directed movie. I just feel like it went too extreme sometimes. And I have a hard time with that. So, Terrifier 3, not a fan. But, again, this was cheap. Actually, all the Terrifier movies were on sale. And so I grabbed them for that reason. Up next, we got 2 steelbooks. I got these from Amazon.com. We have Lord of the Rings, The Two Towers. I showed the first one in my previous update, so I wanted to pick up the second movie. I love the Lord of the Ring movies, especially the extended cuts. I think a lot of people would agree those are the best. But yeah, very happy to have this steelbook, and I'm looking forward to the third one. Hopefully, that will eventually get a steelbook soon. If that made sense. A lot of tongue twisters there. And then this is one of my favorite John Carpenter movies, and I'm collecting all of John Carpenter movies on 4K. We got Starman. Love Starman. Underrated John Carpenter movie. Outside of his action movies and his horror movies, like, this is just a great love story, and it's also just a great sci-fi movie. I feel like it doesn't get enough talk, so if you've never seen Starman, the 4K is available. There's also a Scream Factory Blu-ray. There's a standard Blu-ray. You could probably watch it on streaming. I just really want people to watch this movie because not enough people talk about John Carpenter's Starman, and I absolutely love it. So definitely check that one out. I've yet to watch the transfers on these. I'm honestly waiting for the third one to get a steelbook. And then I want to watch all 3 Lord of the Ring movies on 4K. I have them on Blu-ray, but looking forward to completing these steelbooks on 4K. And then Starman, obviously, I love, but I've yet to watch the 4K transfer. So looking forward to that. The next one is a made-on-demand Blu-ray, but you'll understand why, because this particular cut of the movie does not have a physical release. So I was happy to find it, and I have to tell you, I love this movie even more now. I really didn't even love it with the previous 2 cuts of the movie. The theatrical cut was my favorite. I don't know, I can't remember what the extended cut was called. I know it wasn't called the extended cut. But I'm talking about Alien 3, and I put it in a nice 4K case. But it's not a 4K release. It just has a really awesome 4K restoration. So it's not a legit 4K. It's a made-on-demand Blu-ray. But man, the legacy cut for Alien 3 is fantastic. Again, really hard to come by. But when I saw it, I wanted to grab it because I'm a massive fan of the franchise. Some are better than others. I don't think Alien 3 has never been a terrible movie. I know some people hate it. I know David Fincher doesn't like this movie. And rightfully so, because, there was a lot of studio meddling with this movie. And I feel like he just didn't get a fair treatment when he became the director of this movie. So, but Alien 3, the Legacy Cut, is it's both the theatrical cut and the extended cut put into one movie, and they change things around. They make the movie so much better. Like, everything that you love, like if you love the theatrical cut, and everything that you love or you appreciate about that second version of Alien 3 is put into this movie, and it flows so nicely. It's just awesome. It is an awesome way to watch this movie. There's things I love about the extended cut or whatever version of that movie is. But when I would go and watch the movie, I would watch the theatrical cut because that's the one I remember the most, and that's the one where I love or really enjoyed the movie. I never really loved Alien 3 up until now. But this movie takes everything that I love about both those cuts of the movie, puts it into one movie, and I love Alien 3, the Legacy Cut. I think this is, if you can get your hands on it, if you can watch it, this is the best way to watch it. Yeah, again, massive fan of the franchise, and I've never been one that's completely disliked Alien 3. I've never fully loved it, though. There's things I loved about the movie, but then I watch this, and I think, wow, this is just the best way to watch it. It is the only way to watch it. And I wish we would get official release of this. This was a lot of heart and soul put into this, and if I remember correct, it took about 4 years to fix things, to change things, to make it right. The transfer looks amazing. Again, this is not a 4K release, but it's a 4K restoration of it. So they pretty much went in, cleaned the movie up, made it look better. And, for example, the CGI alien that we see running around, you could tell it's still CGI, but it's not as noticeable. It's not as bad. Like, they did something to make this movie look so much better. And I'm so happy with this movie. Like, this is the only way I will ever watch Alien 3. I am just so happy with it. It's over 2 hours long. Again, it's taking things from the theatrical cut and stuff from that director's cut or extended cut and just making it one big movie. And it flows perfect. It looks great. The story makes much more sense. It flows better, I guess. And yeah, I love this. I love the Legacy Cut. So pretty cool. This is a 2-discer, but I went ahead and made this like a deluxe set. So you have disc 1, disc 2, and then I just put in my Blu-ray there. So the theatrical and director's cut. But so happy to have this. Looking forward to rewatching it again over and over in the future. And yeah, most definitely love it. Going on, we have some Scream Factory, Shout Factory titles. The first one, I have seen the movie and I really enjoy it. I love Clive Barker, so I want to collect all his movies, especially now on 4K. This was a title that was out of print from Scream Factory for a long time, and we finally have a new 4K release. I have one downfall with it. It's nothing like where I'm gonna like slam Scream Factory, Shout Factory. I think it's just because the Blu-ray has been released from another company now. But what I'm talking about is Lord of Illusions. So right off, I'll just tell you, this is only a 4K release, and you only have the director's cut, which is the best cut anyway, but, I would love to have had at least the option to have both the theatrical and director's cut. I think it's just because another studio released it on Blu-ray, so we also don't have a Blu-ray release. So I love having both a 4K and Blu-ray just in case if I go on the road and if I don't have a 4K player, I at least have like the Blu-ray somehow. But this doesn't have it. I am absolutely happy to have this though. And I love Scream Factory. I'm a big fan of them, have always been a big fan of them. And so I wanted to pick up one of their latest releases. So Lord of Illusions, again, only the director's cut. But again, that's the best one anyway. It has a whole bunch of bonus features, stuff that I've never seen before. So I never had the Scream Factory release. So the bonus features are going to be very new to me. Like, these are going to be first time watches. So they're going to be new to me. But it also has a few other new extras, or a couple other ones. Maybe one. I don't know. They added some new stuff to it. But it's on 4K now. And it's relatively cheap. It's, under $30. I love, again, Scream Factory, so I will pretty much pick up everything that they release. And I love the 4K format. I love the Blu-ray format, but I love the 4K format. And a lot of these movies, like Lord of the Illusions, years and years ago, I would never thought that we would have a Blu-ray release or a 4K release of this movie, because this was a movie that I remember seeing, on Sci-Fi Channel and marathoning it that way or watching it that way for the longest time. So now to have it on 4K, really cool. And again, big Clive Barker fan. Haven't watched the transfer for that one yet, but the last 4 movies I'm going to talk about, I have seen their 4K transfers, and I want to talk about that. The next one from Scream Factory is Monkey Shines. This was a George A. Romero film from 1988 or 89. Anyway, I think 88, so the year I was born. But Monkey Shines is a great movie. I rewatched it. I'd only honestly seen parts of the film, so this was like a full watch for me. So watching it, great movie. This is a great movie. Better than I was expecting it to be. Again, I've only seen parts of it in the past. So this was a great movie. I personally loved it. I'm not really sure what people think about this. I don't really hear too many people talk about it, but I think it's great. And I loved watching the making of. I didn't have this on the Scream Factory Blu-ray. I had an overseas Blu-ray, and I was gonna, sit down and watch it, but then they announced this, and I was like, well, I'm gonna get rid of that, pick this up. And so, had never seen any of the bonus features, watched them for the first time, loved them. I think this was, as far as documentaries go, and the way Scream Factory used to do documentaries, this was in the prime of their bonus features. They had some great documentaries, and I love a good full-length documentary on anything where you just hear the making of the movie and you hear the directors and producers and writers and actors come back and talk about it. And a lot of people came back to talk about Monkey Shines, and this was when George A. Romero was still alive. And so to see him on screen, it put a smile on my face, while also made me really sad because he's no longer with us. And George was just one of my favorite directors, and I love his movies. The stuff I've seen, I pretty much love. And, his legacy will live on with his movies. And now we have Monkey Shines on 4K. And I was very happy with this movie. And I think it does look and sound great too. Very happy with the 4K transfer. And so if you own the previous Blu-ray that Scream Factory released, you're not going to get any new bonus features. You're going to have the same stuff. But if you don't own that, or if you're a big fan of the movie, you're going to get the bonus features. You're also going to get a great transfer that I highly recommend. So, Monkey Shines, it's worth picking up. Absolutely love it. Speaking of fantastic bonus features, but also just a fantastic movie, and I don't think I showed this in my last update. I could be wrong. Maybe I have, maybe I haven't. Again, if I have, sorry, but I did watch it. I think I did talk about this. If I did, sorry. Anyway, What Lies Beneath, fantastic movie. One of my all-time favorite films. I just absolutely adore this movie. And, wow, just an amazing documentary. I think I showed this off previously, but I had not watched it. So anyway, you're seeing it again. Just awesome. Awesome movie. Really, one of my favorites. And I was happy with the previous Blu-ray that Paramount had released. We had the movie, we just got the movie on Blu-ray, and I was excited for that. But now to have a awesome 4K release with an amazing transfer and also an amazing documentary this is worth picking up, and I'm not hearing a lot of people talk about it. It's super sad that no one is talking about this release. This is, again, one of my favorite movies, and without a doubt, just an awesome release. Probably going to be my favorite Scream Factory release of the year. I know we're still halfway through the year, but I just love this so much. I found it just refreshing. I appreciate that, these Blu-rays that we've had from Scream Factory are now getting 4K releases, but I love the fact that, we got something new from them, and this was just fantastic. This was so awesome. So I'm really happy to have this on 4K. Again, I think I showed this off in my previous update. I don't think I had watched it, so you're getting my reaction of the release itself. But loved it, so happy to have it, and yeah, just excited. So What Lies Beneath, pick that one up. Like, again, the documentary is over 90 minutes long. It is jam-packed with just the director, Robert Zemeckis, coming back, and so many other people, and I absolutely loved it. So, without a doubt, fantastic. And then, I really don't think I actually talked about this, because I know for a fact I had not talked about these, or maybe I showed them off, and I didn't watch them yet. That could be it. Again, you're probably seeing some of this stuff again. It happens. Like, it's just been a busy last couple months, and so if it's kind of something you're seeing again, I apologize. But Jason Goes to Hell, amazing. Love the 4K transfer, and I'm a fan of this movie. I know not many people are a fan. Obviously there is a fan base though, because we got this awesome release of Jason Goes to Hell with both cuts of the movie, previous bonus features, plus brand new bonus features. So this is a treat. I absolutely love it. Happy to get this. So Jason Goes to Hell, awesome. And Jason X. I've become a big fan of this movie over time, and I love it. It is super fun. It's campy, it's entertaining, but that's what it's supposed to be. And I appreciate this movie so much. And again, the 4K transfer looks and sounds great. I think, well, in my opinion, out of the three, Friday the 13th movies that we've had from Arrow, I think the remake looks the best. I think Jason Goes to Hell is a strong second. And I would say Jason X, my least favorite of the transfers. However, it is still an awesome transfer, and, I was very happy with it. So, if you're a fan of Friday the 13th, if you're a fan of these movies, especially like the New Line Cinema era, you should pick these up. These are worth getting and owning in your collection. So anyway, I'm sure those are repeats. Some are definitely repeats. Some are brand new stuff that I have. But even the repeats, if I showed them off before, I had definitely not talked about them too much, or had not watched them, because I would have remembered that. Wonderful stuff. I love physical media. I've always been a physical media fan. I will always be a physical media fan. Streaming's fun. I enjoy it. I watch a lot of my shows that way. But when it comes to movies, especially my favorite movies, or just movies in general, I love grabbing the Blu-ray, the 4K, the DVD. Mostly Blu-ray and 4K now. But I've grown up with physical media. And I just have a huge passion for it, and I love what these companies are doing. And, I just embrace all of it. So, I hope you're all doing well again. I hope you enjoyed this movie update. Again, I apologize if I showed off any of this stuff before. I don't think I did. I think this is the first time I'm showing it. But if I did, that's life. But I definitely did not watch a lot of these. And the other thing I want to talk about is I've watched a lot of these. I got to talk about the 4K Blu-ray transfers, got to give you my opinion on this stuff. I'm going to, besides a few here, I want to in the future watch a lot of it before I show it off. This was just like 2 months of stuff, and so I wanted to show this stuff off. But I want to talk about the transfers, and I want to talk about the bonus features. So these are why these updates are so long, because I'm going to watch this stuff. These are why the updates, I'm sorry, are so far between each other. Because I want to watch this stuff and I want to talk about the transfers and give you my opinions and recommend them if they're great. And if they're not great, I'll tell you that too. But, you know, I've been really happy with what we've got. And I'm so happy I get to share that with you all. And I hope you enjoy what I have to say about this stuff. Because again, like many of you all, I have a huge passion for movies. I have a huge passion for physical media. So I'm going to watch these transfers. I'm going to watch these movies. Talk about the bonus features. Like, just enjoy it. And I hope you enjoy it. And I'm having a blast, everybody. Like, this year has been an awesome year for content on YouTube from you all. And also, you know, I'm having a blast with what I am making for everybody. So I want to thank you again for your love and support. You all are the best. And of course, I'll have more videos to come this month during Pride Month. And just videos in the future. So stay tuned for that. I want to review at least the first two I Know We Did Last Summer movies. I Always Know We Did Last Summer, the third movie. It's pretty bad. I don't own it. Maybe I'll watch it on streaming somewhere and review that. We'll see. But I'm looking forward to I Know We Did Last Summer, the reboot, third movie in my opinion. The third movie. And looking forward to talking about that. So reviewing those movies, ranking them, and many more videos. So as always, y'all are awesome. Y'all rock. In with the positive, out with the negative. I love you all so much. Thank you for making this YouTube channel what it is. You don't know how much that means to me, because I love doing what I do. And, you know, yeah, I went back and forth on, is this my last year on YouTube? But I've had such a fun time that, you know, it might continue on. And the reason why it's going to continue on is because you all make it what it is. You all are awesome. Your love and support, it comes through, and I thank you all for that. So anyway, I feel like I'm rambling now way too much. I feel like I have a lot to say though, and it just pops in my head, and so I want to talk about it. Anyway, much love to you all, and I'll talk to you later. Bye, everybody.